Every player was asked, like, who's the MVP, most overrated, underrated, stuff like that. They didn't do nothing like that in y'all's day, like asking anonymous polls.
No.
I feel like y'all would have wanted to.
Why does it got to be
anonymous?
Stand on what you stand on.
Shit, I'm gonna let you know how the fuck I feel right there. Yo, you trash, dog.
Man,
hey, give him the ball.
That's what I like. It caused friction. Don't stop that now. They should have made people put their name on it and stand on it. I feel like he's the MVP. They need to stand on it.
Like, say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. Why not? Why not? Well, that's crazy to me.
I don't like so-and-so. I don't like Bonzi.
Hey,
Bond.
Put the word, put the word out.
I
got to dap my man up and do a workout with him now. I was like,
because they're all friends in the summertime, but they're not.
Exactly.
Frenemies?
Yeah, come on now. Ain't nobody friends.
They had, who's the best defender? 132 votes cast. They went Wembanyama immediately.
Really?
Drew Holiday second, Lou Dort third. But are we surprised to see them say a rookie like off the rip best defender?
That's different.
Yeah, and I think they saying it because of his shot blocking ability, or not even necessarily he got to block the shot, just changing shots. Right. Like people don't know that's a huge thing too. I don't necessarily have to block your shot, but if you get the feeling and notion like I got the ball, where's this motherfucker at?
Right,
like,
I'm pumped.
I'm looking now, and then turnover or something like that. Yeah, all right, just my presence alone. Yeah. I mean, shit, he what, 7'6"?
Yeah, could you imagine having the ball right here and Wembanyama's right there and I'm scared to shoot it because I know he can get it out the air? How crazy is that? That's a different type
real
of...
Kelvin Cato like.
Yeah, man. That's a different...
for real. Kelvin Cato was a shot-blocking motherfucker. He blocked Karl Malone's jump shot. I've never seen that done.
Man, he shoot that much.
Never.
In the playoff series?
No, it was either playoffs or regular season, but I've never seen that done because Malone, he don't shoot from here. You know what I'm saying? He got it above his head,
right?
And he has that high arc. Man, Cato waited till he shot that ball and went and got it. I said, oh yeah, we gonna win this. We gonna win this right here. Yes.
Yeah, so I respect that. I respect the anonymous part, but the name that they chose is pretty cool.
They say you're building a roster from scratch. Who are you going to sign first? I'll ask y'all before I reveal who it is.
If I'm building from scratch?
You're building a roster from scratch. You can sign any one player in the NBA right now. Who is it?
For me, it's a big.
Which one? You got some options.
It don't matter. It's going to have to be a big fella. I'm being biased, too.
Pick one, though.
Shit, it don't matter. You can start with Embiid, Joker, Wamba, a big man. Just a good, talented big man. That's what I would start my franchise with. And like I said, I'm being biased.
Who you say?
Any of them.
You say Embiid?
I said Embiid. I could start a franchise with him.
Not Jokic?
No, I said Joker.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Hey, man, please, man. I'm telling you, man. Please get these applications in.
Embiid was on the list. He was 7.
Ain't some applications on there?
I'm looking through them right now.
I'm going to go with a guard. I'm going to go with a guard.
Okay, who?
I'm going to either go with AE
Ant-Man
or Shea.
I'm looking. Either one of them is bad picks.
Those are two I'm going to go with.
Embiid was 7th in the poll. Shea was 5th. Ant-Man was 3rd. Number 2 was Nikola Jokic.
And one was probably Wamba.
Was Wembanyama. Again, already they giving. That's what I was surprised to see. They giving him that kind of respect.
They see something. They see something.
He's special, but I didn't think they would. I didn't think they would admit it. I thought you hate for a season, be like, man, he's not that nice for real, man.
This is the nice era of the NBA.
Yeah, and then at that also, you got to look at it and respect the game. Like shit, we all said the same thing about Big Ty when he came over here. Y'all mean?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, man, he was blocking shit, dunking on motherfuckers. That's the first time we really seen, or I really seen somebody go back at Shaq.
Oh man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
battles, yeah.
Everybody else, there wasn't nobody else to go back at Shaq.
Oh,
but
man.
that's the first one I seen go back at Shaq. Like, okay, like I'm big too. And, it's the same effect. He's having that same effect here in the NBA with this generation. With him, being that probably one of the tallest, if not the tallest guy in the NBA, and he's athletic enough to be able to do his ball handling and shooting out there on the wing and all that shit. But Yeah, he's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
He's something to see.
Yeah, I was pretty good. I played with him 2 years in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you remember about that?
Yeah, Yao was awesome. You know, but what I liked about Yao is a really cool dude in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, he worked hard. He really worked hard. And I used to feel sorry for him sometimes because you know how media responsibilities can be sometimes. And every road game, it just happened to be Asian night.
Ah, damn, Leroy.
So after every game,
But they trying to bring people into the crowd, right? Because they know Yao's in town.
But I've seen Yao have 150 reporters at his locker where they, you know, they moving me out. I'm trying to get dressed, man. They all so he got to do the. So he had to do the media responsibilities, and then he had to go on the court, and you know what I'm saying. And then they got a whole section of, you know what I'm saying. He had to go out there and he had to do that stuff every day. And you know, I played in China, and it's tough, you know, kind of to make the adjustment from America to China. But to see him make the adjustment from China to America, it was crazy. And just talking to Yao, man, Yao is so good. Yao told me a 3-minute joke.
Yeah, he funny as shit.
So could you imagine going to China, talking to a bunch of people in Chinese, and telling a joke and having in their language?
3 minutes.
And he had us captivated. Where I was like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? When he said it, I'm like, oh Lord, like he just a really good dude, great family, just mild manner, really cool. But he worked so hard. He worked on his game. You know, he never complained. Really, really cool. Had inside jokes. You know, he'd joke with you, play with you. You know what I'm saying? I went out with him one time in Portland. He had a drink with me just because on some random stuff. Just had just random. So, you know, Yao was really, really cool, man. Really cool. Down to earth.
We got to
Really
get
great
Yao
team,
in here.
Great
He
team.
can just sit on like the whole center couch.
Oh, he's a giant for real.
Yeah.
He's a giant for real.
We'll
real.
get Yao in.
Yeah, great guy. Great guy.
They asked, who's the league's most overrated player? Before I even say who it is, only 81 people cast a vote for this out of the 150.
They all scared.
Again, if you're going to say it,
Say
like,
it.
I don't think
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, everybody's nice.
Overrated.
Everybody's good.
One of my ones I gotta say is Jordan Poole. Gotta be one.
He was number 2 on this list.
Gotta be one of
Who's
them.
rating Jordan Poole, though?
No, because, you know, you give him 150 tickets, and then you trade for
got a
him like
big
he was
bag.
about to be that guy in Washington, and then he showed you why he was really in the G League before. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to him, he can play. He got a little game as a young boy. He can play.
Can't carry
but
a team.
it's just so tough to carry these NBA teams every night, man.
Night
And,
in, night out.
like I said, like when I was on Portland's team, I was 3rd on the depth chart, 4th on the depth chart. They worry about him, Damon, Pippen, all them, so I can kind of sneak through the cracks and hit them shots.
Right.
But you know, if he was out and I was that number 1 guy, and they
focusing in.
that 25 I might have dipped to 15 because you know what I'm saying, they really on you, and you know now you got to work a little harder. He go to Washington, you know, they thinking he was about to be that guy in Golden State, and it's like you know, he was hiding behind Steph, Clay, Draymond, them. You know, they made him look like an All-American. Now, you know, you get to your own team, and now you got, no disrespect, you got Kyle Kuzma, you know what I'm saying? You got these other guys that ain't really,
You ain't got the same support.
they ain't got the same cachet.
Yeah.
They ain't got the same cachet as those guys. And, you know, Kyle Kuzma's a great player, but it's just a different type of cachet. And, but that's, you know, Jordan Poole is probably mine. Who else am I thinking?
I ain't even going to ask. I already know who you going to say.
Who you think
Most
overrated?
Trae Young.
I
He was
ain't
3rd on the poll.
I ain't say it. He said it.
Talking about this Trey?
Ice Trae, the very same. He was he was 1st last year, so people are either realizing he was appropriately rated, or
No, he's just not in the mix no more. Atlanta, they ain't showing Hawks games on TV like
All
that
right.
now. He ain't
not
in
on
the
your
mix.
TV, buddy.
So I was number 2. Who
Who's one?
I want to guess.
If Jordan Poole was
Jordan
2,
Poole was 2,
and
Trae
he's
Young was
like
3.
the newest like bad guy where the cats in the league don't like him.
Yeah.
If he's number 2, who the fuck is number 1?
Rudolph Gobert,
Really?
number 1.
Wow.
I just
14, almost 14% of the vote. Why don't players like Gobert?
Because he ain't out there killing. I told y'all he need to be getting 20 and 10 a night at his size.
At least.
20. He should be at 20.
He dropped the ball. Like he get boards. He play great defense. Do you want him getting 20?
Yeah.
If he had that type of bag, he would be doing it.
He just bigger than everybody. He need to finish around the rim at all
That's what I'm
times.
saying. But he don't have that.
That's
We
the
see him
problem.
drop the ball out of bounds
But
when they
but
go
yeah,
to him.
That's
And they gave him 3-4 defensive player of the years, and they probably like, man, he
After
don't even
they
play
fall.
D like that. He just tall and can block a couple
block
shots.
a shot and change
and
the
dude's
shot.
blowing by him, and he can't switch 1 through 5. So they get the up close version of Rudy Gobert. We on the TV on the outside looking in, but I mean, I think he can just do more, and I think guys just like, man, he ain't really like that. Like, we ain't really scared to go at Gobert like that. We ain't scared to, you know what I mean? He might block a shot every
He don't
now
put
and
no
then,
fear
but
in
he ain't-
us.
He ain't
Right.
fearing us. Like, we ain't scared of Gobert. So that's probably what they're thinking when they say that. So that was interesting. Wow.
Those are the top 3. Dylan Brooks, number 4. James Harden, number 5. Bradley Beal, number 6. They also asked who's the league's most underrated player. 126 people voted. Some way more people. They want to tell you who's underrated. They don't want to tell you who's
They
overrated.
don't want no smoke. They don't
'Cause
want
that-
no problem.
We wear the same shoes, or we got the same agent, or we in the
That's
same
my
club.
homie.
Yeah, I can't say he overrated, but most underrated. It was actually a tie between 2 players.
Gotta be Shea.
He was 4th. Shea was 4th. Drew Holiday 3rd. Tied for 1st and 2nd. Derek White and Jalen Williams from OKC.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It's all the young fellas.
No, I like D. White. I like the way he played the game. That's a good call. Wow.
It's all the young fellas.
What's they got? Who in the league would you least like to fight?
They going probably 0. All of them 0.
Yeah, they probably only have 7 people. on that.
125. James Johnson won over. Steven Adams was 2nd. That one wasn't even really
Yeah.
that
James,
close.
the Pacers did pick him up.
Yeah.
We did pick him up. That's right. I forgot he was still in the league.
They asked him who's the greatest player of all time.
Oh,
Guess who
okay.
Who
Okay.
do you think the players picked?
Kobe.
no. Players picked MJ.
Players picked MJ.
They got to pick
Yeah.
MJ. I think-
MJ 46, LeBron 42, Kobe 9.8. I thought Kobe would have
Wow,
more.
I thought Kobe would have had more of an
I thought
impact
played-
with that
yeah.
generation.
With that- yeah, exactly.
They wrong.
They
Why?
just
Come on, man. You can't. That's disrespectful to code.
You saying too low or too like he should have more vote?
Yeah.
You think Kobe's the greatest of all time?
I've said this. It's 1 A, B, and C. So I can't pick between him, Jordan, and Bron. I mean, you can't go wrong with it, but you can't just disrespect one of the 3 and just have them like, you can't disrespect them like that. Like Kobe, I don't think I truly understand how good Kobe was, man. Like he keep you up at night. Like, I don't think, and people will say this out loud, Bron ain't keeping you up at night. You know what I mean? Bron ain't scared. You
You
ain't
talking
scared.
about Bron now or prime Bron?
Period, Bron. Like,
I don't know about that. Not keeping you up at night, LeBron James?
man, do you understand what? See,
dog,
Bron will go get 30
it's a
on
different
you and,
animal.
and this and that. Kobe going to get 60 and 70, and he's doing, and see, the thing about Kobe had no physical advantage. Kobe is 6'5", 6'6". He's a skinny 6'5", 6'6", so he's straight skill. Sometimes Bron will skill you, but for the most part, Bron gonna bulldoze you and get to his spot and use that 6'9", 250 frame. Man, that's power forward size. You know what I'm saying? Ball handling and all that stuff. So he has a physical advantage. Jordan didn't have no physical advantage. They just knew how to get to their spots. They knew how to hit shots. So that's why I give them a nod over Bron, because they had no physical advantages over people. They might have been a little bit quicker, but everybody's kind of quick. But they ain't overpowering people with their size and just can get to their spots. They had to use so much skill to do that, and then they wanted to embarrass you. You know, they wanted your friends telling you, your best friend telling you, like, man, you trash, man. You see the way Kobe just killed you, man. I thought you was that dude, man. That dude made you look like you was trash.
Right.
Like, that's how they can embarrass you out there. Not saying Bron couldn't, but them dudes, man. Ooh, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I think with that whole GOAT talk, man, to me, late 80s, 90s, Mike, the 2000s to the 2010 or 12s, it's Kobe, and then, from there on now, it's Bron. Because you got, it's the same, I'm sick of it too. It's the same matchup, like, oh, with this team and that team, who would have won? It's like, we don't fucking know. You got to go with that era. Right. Like, Mike was a fucking great player. He was a game changer during his time. Same thing with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? He was a hard player, as Bonzi just mentioned. He was a game changer. Same thing with Bron. He's a fucking game changer. Yeah. But it's all different eras. Just like, I guarantee you, if we talk to like our fathers and grandfathers, we might say like Shaq is the best center or something like that. They might say George Mikan or Will.
Chamberlain,
you know what I'm saying? Like something like, and we like, what? But why? Because during their era, during their time, that's the people who was dominating. So I don't think you can necessarily say there's no one great overall player that's above everybody else. Like, period. Like, I don't think Kobe is better than Mike or Bron. I don't think Bron's better than Mike or Kobe. I don't think Kobe's better than, back and forth, however the trilogy would go. Yeah, it's like all of three of them are great players.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? All three of them are going to go down as great players, and you got to look at it for their eras, for their times.
Good call.
3 other guys tied in votes: Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, and Paul Pierce.
Fuck out of here.
They put them 3 together?
What do you mean? What did Magic Johnson do?
They didn't say that. You just said that.
Look, what does I say? Steph Curry, 08% Magic, Paul Pierce.
Wow. But see, that comes from whoever casted them votes for P, watched them at Kansas, or maybe watched them in that Boston area, or it's from LA or something like that. And they say,
if you're from the LA area, it's got to be Kobe, right?
You never know how cats is thinking, dog.
What the young fella say, that's a form of trolling. They was trolling the vote right there. I love Paul. He class of 98. That's my guy. He got drafted. He went 10. I went 11. That's my guy. But of all time,
do we think this is Draymond troll? Like Draymond would have had a vote.
That's some troll right there. Like, and I love Paul's definitely a top 50, 75 player of all time. But
right, we talking about the GOAT. The GOAT. Yeah, come on.
You forgot they ain't Jabbar in there. None of them.
Kareem got no votes.
None. So they play too much. They play too much. That's trolling.
Favorite arena to play in? I'm sure y'all know which one. MSG won. This one overwhelming.
Minus the rats.
That's part of the allure.
The dog version of the rats.
They pay rent like you do, man. They got season tickets like everybody else.
Man, I remember I was walking up the tunnel and a rat was walking up with me, and I was like, man, what? You know that long tunnel you gotta walk up, see? We walking up that mug. I'm like, man, what is that, man? Somebody get their puppy. No, man, that's a rat. That's a rat. I'm talking about
that ain't no damn rat.
The rat wasn't tripping off me at all. He was doing this thing. I'm just walking.
He going to work.
Bro, we just
got a wife and kids.
Bro, we walking. I'm walking up that mug and looking. Just kept walking. That mug didn't even look at me, didn't hiss at me, none of that stuff. He just stayed the course.
Business, yeah.
I said, man, this stuff is crazy, man. But playing in New York and LA for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a country boy from Indiana. And being able to play in front of TV, people that you see on TV, the stars and all that type of stuff, the nostalgia. And I always liked the way the Garden always highlighted the court and darkened the fans. Like everything else. And I know a lot of arenas are starting to do that now, but I always like that kind of fact that they kind of made you like the centerpiece of the game, the focus. Like they had the light on there, and then you got to see, obviously you see all the stars that you see on TV. So that was always cool to go in there and get a win, you know what I'm saying, against teams like that.
For me, it was the Champions Gym. Like whoever was the champion that year, whoever had won it, that was always the livest gym because, they fans was going crazy. The atmosphere was a little different because now you feel the weight of that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter who it was, it's the Champions Gym.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Least favorite to play in?
Oh, back in the league, back then?
And then, the winner now was Detroit. They basically said, they were like, nobody's there. They're a losing team right now. Nobody's there. That was their gripe. But Spectrum Center, Charlotte. FedEx Forum in Memphis third. I was kind of surprised just because they're not good this year, but they've been in the playoffs with Ja, with Tony Allen, and Zebo all them before. So I was surprised to see that one top 3. Yeah. What was y'all's least favorite?
When I was playing, my least favorite was Detroit.
Milwaukee.
You know why? Because, boy, we was some wild and rowdy motherfuckers. I felt sorry for any type of visiting team that came in there.
Detroit?
Oh, man, as a visiting team?
Yeah.
What? During the time when we was there and that shit was popping? Oh, man, it was no love. It was no love.
They had the best announcer in the game.
Oh, yeah, my man Mason, yeah.
They had the best announcer. He's
basketball.
But just the ugly vibe. I before they got their new arena, I didn't like Milwaukee.
Word.
Wow.
Just didn't seem, I don't know, it just wasn't cool up in there. Because when you go to an NBA arena, you want to be like, oh Lord, look at that. It didn't have that whole
vibe.
It had like a convention center feel.
Type vibe. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, you go down this way, you got the ballrooms, and then if you go down and make a left, it's the court. Like,
Yeah.
That's had
it.
a convention
Right.
center vibe.
Yeah, it kind of seemed. Yeah, it wasn't what's up. You kind of just hopefully you can fly in the day of that game, play it, and fly out the
And get
night,
out.
that night. Like you just want to just
Not
you
missing
only want
nothing.
to spend the
In
night
and
up, and you didn't want to spend the night in Milwaukee, boy. Ah.